So failure isn't a bad thing, and continuous failure can actually build resilience and does make it better, because you learn something, you bank something from every experience that you have. My name's Bharat Sagar, I'm 61, I was born in Manchester, and I used to be, until last Friday, the chairman of AE3 Media. As such, my responsibilities were to look after the P&L and the strategy, inform the board about what we were doing, forecast and reforecast so that we're on target. I've now got the grandiose role of ambassador at large, which basically means that I work part-time. I have meetings with the most important people in mortgage lending and mortgage distribution in the country, find out what they think, what their strategies are, tell the guys back at work, go home, have a drink. I got a degree, it wasn't a good degree, and I couldn't get a job because it wasn't a good degree. And then I ended up falling into sales, and from there my career carried on. In fact, because sales was really about communicating, understanding people, meeting people, talking to people, and actually a very artsy side of stuff. That you know, if I had been an English graduate or a history graduate, it would have been a natural progression. But you know, for a biophysicist or a biochemist, it wasn't. And so that's where I was. And funnily enough, I was quite loud in the sixth form. I was very loud at university. You know, I got to the point where I said, if people are going to notice me, they're going to notice me a lot. They are never, ever going to forget an encounter with me, ever. And to this day, my wife still says that when I'm on the phone, I can be heard down the street. I think all I can do is give you the example of my niece. So after A-levels, she said to my brother, who's much older than me, he's in his 70s, so this is sort of like going back some years, she wanted to do media and drama, right? And my brother said, well, what kind of jobs are you going to get? That's rubbish. That's, you know, so for my brother to actually understand the opportunities that this might give her, I had to explain to him how much money, right, the media industry is worth to the UK, what the turnover is, how much opportunities there are. You could be a director, you could be a producer, you could be a scriptwriter, you could do all these things. It wasn't just she wanted to be an actress, she wanted to be involved in this massive industry. And I think if you're going to explain something that your parents may not be familiar with, don't explain the job. Explain the industry that you're going to be part of and the opportunities that the whole industry has, not I want to do this one job. I was once told very early on that one of the greatest skills, the organs you actually need to be a good business person, never mind a good salesperson, is your ears. So you always need to listen, and not just to hear something, but listen to something. Take in what somebody's saying, try and understand what it means for them, and you know, take another person's point of view. Be engaging, try and be funny, try and leave a good impression. But always be yourself, right? And don't leave them the impression that they expect to be left, right? So when people would meet me, I was wearing a turban, I had a beard, they would expect me, right, to be mild-mannered, quite religious and softly spoken, and you know about business. I wouldn't leave them with that impression. I would quote them a poem. I would talk to them, if I could, about Homer and Shakespeare. I would leave them with, you know, I would possibly swear, maybe not, but I would leave them with the impression of, hey, that's not a guy with a turban like every other guy with a turban I've ever met. I wanted to leave them the impression that, hey, that's Bharat Sagar, I've just met him. One of the things that you need to know is there will be miserable times. There will be for everybody. There will be dark moments, and you need to just sort of say, hey, this isn't going to last forever. This bit of darkness, this bit of, I don't seem to be getting anywhere. I'm not progressing. I've tried this. So failure isn't a bad thing, and continuous failure can actually build resilience and does make it better, because you learn something, you bank something from every experience that you have, and you can go back to that and say, right, well, what I'm going to do that this time, I will do it a different way because that didn't work last time. So I'm going to try something else. But perspective is also important. And I think lockdown, you shouldn't say, I'm stuck in my house. You should say, I'm safe in my house. And that changes the view that you're looking at lockdown with. And always sort of like use words to yourself that are positive about the situation you're in. It's dead easy to talk to yourself with negative words, and language is very, very powerful. And the words you need to use to yourself have to be positive ones. I mean, you can lie to other people, but you've got to try and be positive and honest to yourself. So look for the positive word. Don't say you're shut down and locked in. Say you're safe and secure.